Hi, and welcome to this video tutorial for how to make a reusable sanitary pad. Reusable pads are really easy to make even if you're a beginner sewer. You can use things just you find around your house. They're also really good for the environment and in the long run a lot cheaper. So we're going to use the main body pattern piece to cut out two pattern pieces, so one front and one back. So you want to reuse cotton fabric for this really. A fat quarter would be ideal, and one fat quarter should make 4 pieces, so that would be 2 pads. Carefully cut out your 2 pattern pieces, your front and your back, from your fabric. You can either pin them or use pattern weights like I am here. So now press your 2 pattern pieces with an iron to make sure that they're really nice and smooth and they look good. So your 2 pattern pieces should look like this, so they should look identical. Next, you're going to want to cut out 2 pieces to go inside your pad. So the piece on the left I've made out of jersey fabric, so I just used an old long sleeve t-shirt that didn't fit anymore. So jersey fabric is stretchy, that's how you really know it's jersey. The other piece, the one on the right, needs to be made out of toweling. So I've used an old flannel, but you could also use an old towel. So these 2 pieces both need to be 28mm by 80mm or 8cm by 2.8 centimeters. And this is what all 4 pieces together look like. So you've got your 2 main body pieces, your front and your back, and your 2 inside pieces. So next you want to pin together your jersey fabric and your toweling fabric. So just put a few pins on either side and at the top and bottom, even though we're just going to sew at the sides. So next you want to sew together your 2 inside pieces on the 2 long sides. So you can either hand sew it or machine sew it. I've machine sewn it just for stability. So next you want to pin your 2 sewn together inside pieces to one of the main body pieces. So you want to put the jersey side of the inside body piece on the back of one of your main body pieces, so the wrong side. We're then just going to sew up the long sides of the jersey and toweling inside piece, just like we did before, but this time attaching the main body piece. And this is what it looks like sewn together. Next, you just want to trim the excess from the top and the bottom of your altogether sewn piece. And this is what our finished product looks like with it all trimmed at the sides. So what we're going to do next is sew the second main body piece to our main sewn together piece with the inside pieces on it. So you want to take your second piece and lay it right sides together on top of the other main body piece that's showing, so the cotton fabric showing. You don't want to lay the second body piece on the side that's got the toweling and jersey piece. And once you've sewn all the way around the side, leaving a little hole at the top so that we can turn it the right way out in a minute, this is what it should look like. So now what we're going to do is turn it the right way out. So just pull the whole pad through that hole that you've left. You can use a pencil as well to just poke out the corners. So this is what our pad looks like all sewn together. So as you can see, I need to just push out the top left corner a little bit. As I said before, you can do this using a pencil just so that all your seams are really, really nice. So now we want to sew up the hole that we'll have to turn the pad the right way out. So you can either hand sew it and use slip stitch, also known as invisible stitch or ladder stitch. So this will make the seam look really nice and neat, and you can find tutorials of this online. Or just for ease sake, then you can just literally sew up the hole using your machine or just using a very tight running stitch. So now we're going to sew some poppers into the pad so that you can clip it together at the back. You could also use a hook and eye closure for this, whatever really is most comfortable for you and whatever you've got access to. So just position one of your poppers on either the left or right side of your pad and just sew it all the way around, just hand sew it to make sure it's really nice and secure. As you can see, I've gone up each side of the popper, I've gone all the way around and then gone round a few more times as well just to make sure that it's really secure. So now you want to position the other popper. So it needs to be on the other side in both forms of the word. So if you sewed the other one on the left side, it needs to go on the right side. If you sewed it on the front side, then it also needs to go on the back side, as you can see. So you can either mark it with a piece of tailor's chalk or normal chalk, so you know where to position it, or I've literally just stuck a pin in it, which maybe isn't the most stable way of doing it. So then in terms of sewing the second popper, just do what you did with the first popper. Sew all the way around a few times just to make sure that it's really nice and secure. And then you're all done. You've got your reusable pad, and honestly, as long as it's sewn really nice and stable, then it doesn't matter a huge deal as to whether your seams are a little bit messy or not. You're the only one who's going to see it, and at the end of the day, you know if it's going to be comfortable for you. These are really easy to do, really sustainable, and just really good for the environment.